facing life's storms with serenity. Have you ever been in a situation where you felt completely misunderstood? Perhaps someone accused you wrongly, blamed you for something you didn't do, or harshly criticized your intentions, leaving you feeling hurt, frustrated, and angry. In today's fast-paced and often stressful world, such experiences are unfortunately all too common. When confronted with these challenging moments, maintaining our inner peace can seem nearly impossible. Picture this scene. It's an average weekday morning in a bustling city. People hurry along crowded sidewalks, coffee cups in hand, smartphones glued to their ears. Horns blare, cars weave impatiently through heavy traffic, and tension seems to permeate the air. Amidst this chaos, imagine receiving a text or email with a harsh criticism or accusation from a friend, family member, or colleague. Your heartbeat quickens, your breath shortens, and your peace is instantly shattered. You're upset, defensive, maybe even outraged. How can anyone misunderstand you so badly? How can life seem so unfair? Yet, amid life's inevitable storms, what if there were another way to respond? A way that preserves our tranquility, strengthens our relationships, and transforms conflicts into opportunities for personal growth? In fact, such wisdom has existed for centuries, beautifully illustrated by a timeless Zen Buddhist story known as Is That So? This profound yet simple tale offers powerful lessons in patience, acceptance, and inner calm that we can easily apply to our modern hectic lives. The Zen story, Is That So? Long ago, in a peaceful village nestled amidst green mountains and lush fields, lived a respected Zen monk named Hakuin. He was beloved by the community for his profound wisdom, compassionate heart, and unshakable calmness. Villagers often sought his guidance, finding comfort and clarity in his gentle presence. But one day, an unexpected scandal rocked the quiet village. A young woman, overcome with fear and shame after discovering she was pregnant, falsely accused the monk Hakuin of fathering her unborn child. Her frightened confession to her family sent shockwaves through the village. Anger and confusion quickly spread, and soon the villagers were gripped by indignation and judgment. Furious, the girl's family stormed into Hakuin's modest dwelling, demanding answers. They berated him harshly, accusing him of hypocrisy, dishonesty, and moral failure. The entire village watched in disbelief, feeling betrayed by the man they had admired so deeply. Yet Hakuin's response astonished everyone. Rather than becoming defensive or angry, he listened patiently, eyes filled with gentle compassion. After hearing their accusations, he simply responded with 3 calm words. Is that so? Without argument or explanation, he quietly accepted responsibility for the child. When the baby was born, the villagers handed the infant to Hakuin, who gently took the child into his arms. Over the following months, he cared for the baby lovingly, providing nourishment, warmth, and kindness. The village watched, baffled by his serenity and devotion despite the harsh injustice he had endured. Nearly a year passed, and the young woman could no longer bear her guilt. In deep remorse, she finally confessed the truth to her family, that Hakuin was entirely innocent, and the child's real father was someone else from the village. Overwhelmed by shame and regret, the family rushed to the monk's home, begging for forgiveness. Once again, without anger or resentment, Hakuin quietly and compassionately replied with the same 3 words. Is that so? He handed the child back to the family with a gentle smile and heart full of peace. The villagers marveled at Hakuin's extraordinary ability to remain calm and compassionate through the ordeal. Slowly they understood the profound depth of his teachings, not through words but through his remarkable example. Understanding the philosophy, embracing calm acceptance. What made Hakuin's reaction so powerful and inspiring was his embodiment of a key Buddhist concept, acceptance without attachment or resistance. At its core, this teaching urges us to recognize reality clearly and openly without immediately reacting with anger, fear, or judgment. Acceptance doesn't mean passivity or resignation. Instead, it's a state of mindful awareness that helps us clearly see the situation and respond wisely rather than impulsively. When we embrace acceptance, we free ourselves from emotional turmoil, allowing compassion, wisdom, and clarity to guide our actions. Hakuin's calm response demonstrated the incredible strength that arises from a deep understanding of impermanence and the transient nature of life's events. His simple phrase, "Is that so?" highlights the Buddhist practice of equanimity, the ability to remain balanced and composed, regardless of external circumstances. In modern terms, Hakuin's reaction teaches us that while we cannot control how others treat us, we always have control over our reactions. By cultivating this kind of equanimity, we empower ourselves to live with more peace, resilience, and emotional freedom. Practical applications, steps toward inner peace. So, how can we apply Hakuin's calm acceptance in our everyday lives? Here are 3 practical steps to help integrate this powerful practice. 1. Mindful pausing. When faced with emotional triggers or criticism, pause intentionally. Take several deep, calming breaths. Allowing yourself this brief pause creates space between stimulus and response, preventing impulsive reactions. 2. Observe without judgment. Practice viewing situations objectively without immediately labeling them as good or bad. Simply acknowledge what is happening. This observation fosters clarity and reduces emotional distress. 3. Respond with compassion and clarity. Choose responses that reflect compassion, calmness, and clarity. Remember that responding thoughtfully rather than reactively fosters healthier relationships and greater emotional resilience. By incorporating these practical steps, we begin to nurture a calmer mind, build emotional strength, develop greater personal and relational peace. Embracing a life of peace and clarity. By consistently practicing mindful acceptance, we can significantly transform our inner world. Just as Hakuin demonstrated through his remarkable response, we too can develop a powerful inner calmness that remains unshaken by external events. Life will inevitably bring challenges, misunderstandings, and conflicts. Yet, when we embrace them with a spirit of openness and acceptance, we cultivate lasting peace, resilience, and personal growth. Remember, serenity is not the absence of problems, but the presence of clarity and acceptance in facing them. With practice and intention, we can all live a life rooted deeply in peace, compassion, and wisdom.